Okay, guys, we are live. It's just me tonight. We'll see if Jack might be in earlier. We shall see. But we are back in the race, as the title says. Liverpool are back in the title race, and that is great news for us with that 3-1 comeback win against Norwich City at Anfield on Saturday. Huge week for Liverpool, absolutely huge. Leeds United, the visitors, Wednesday night, and of course, cup final Sunday against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. It's huge. It's a huge week. We're gonna have a nice little half-hour chat tonight. Helen Raybold, how are you? Hit the like, hit the share, guys. You know what to do. Let's get a few people in here and let's see what happens. As I say, that comeback win. 0-0 half time. I was thinking, where is the goal going to come from? They had one or two chances, to be fair. They were a little unlucky at times. And then all of a sudden, they scored. And I was, I was almost going for a walk. I was hiding. They scored, and it was two quick fire goals, I suppose. Mane, lovely overhead kick. Mo Salah, the king of Egypt, who was my man of the match because he was absolutely brilliant. That goal he got, the Alisson assist, and then, of course, a late Luis Diaz to seal the win, and that guy looks absolutely hot as wow. I mean, he just looks absolutely brilliant. Sir Oswald Fortitude, how are you, my friend? Hopefully you were well. As I say, it's going to be a great week. It's going to be a crazy week. If we can beat Leeds Wednesday night, which I think we will. I watched United Leeds yesterday 4-2. They can score goals, Leeds, but they let in goals. They do let in a lot of goals. And for me, that's the key. I mean, work good going forward. Jota and Bobby look like they're going to be out for that game. Touch wood, they're back for even on the bench maybe for the Sunday game. I heard Klopp talking today about you can't rule them out for the League Cup game, but even to have them on the bench, or one of them or both of them on the bench, would be a big, big bonus. But we shall see, as I say. John Moore in the house. How are you, John? Hopefully you're well. All good, my friend. As I say, just looking forward to a little chat here, just to see what we think is going to happen Wednesday night. We're back in it. If we win it, we're back in it. Win it, we're in it. We're back in it. It's only 3 points if we could beat Leeds Wednesday night. I mean, it just, wow. What were we? 8-9 points behind at one stage, City. And the goal difference is only 2 or 3 at the moment. So if we beat Leeds by, 2 or 3 goals, it'll be back to level. So it's unbelievable. It is an unbelievable comeback. And it just shows you anything's possible in football. You just got to believe. Just keep winning. Take it game by game. And you never know. Klopp has said he will try everything to get Bobby and Jota fit for Wembley. So neither injury should be too much of a worry, says Sir Oswald. Yes, touch wood. I just hope we can get either or both back. I mean, even Jota, it'd be a bonus to have them on the bench for the Chelsea game, wouldn't it? Arez in the house. Hi, Dave. Hope Liverpool win trophies all year. Top respect from Iraq. You'll never walk alone, my friend, in Iraq. Hit the like, guys. Hit the share. You know what to do. The more likes we get, the more people we get in, because the algorithm tells YouTube someone's live. So that's usually the way it goes. And share. And if you know Liverpool friends, real Liverpool fans, tell them about the channel, baby. Tell them about the channel. That's the way to get this place going. I think I've 1,914 subs, so we're almost 2,000. It'd be nice to get to 2,000 in a few weeks, wouldn't it? It'd be very nice. Join the Reds family, as they say. Eamon Kelly, how are you, my friend? Hello, Dave, fellow Reds, the LFC family. I don't usually go live this time. What is it, 5 to 6, 5 to 7? I just said I'll do it because I can't do it tomorrow night. So I said I'll do a little Leeds preview, a little chat about the Reds, the position we're in, back in the title race, League Cup finals, 2-0 up in the first leg of the Champions League with a great chance getting into the quarters. Still in the FA Cup, Norwich City to come to Anfield. So things are just dreamland at the moment, guys. A little appreciation stream without getting too carried away. A lot of football to play. There's a lot of stuff to do. But even to be in the position we're in right now, on the 21st of February, I, for one, am happy with that. What are your thoughts on Salah's contract situation? Says Alan. That is a podcast in itself. I just hope it gets done, and I believe it will be done. The question is, Mane and Bobby, will they be done? There's another question for you. Salah's got to be done. We've no choice. It's just got to be done. There is absolutely no choice. We need to smash Leeds and send a signal that we are superior to all others and will show no mercy. I believe we'll beat them, maybe probably 2 or 3-0. I mean, defensively, they really are poor. We just got to take it game by game. You don't want to be going into that game Wednesday night. You could arguably, I know it might be a bit controversial here, and say that game is more important than the cup game, the League Cup final. But in a final, got to win it. Chelsea as well. I want to smash them Sunday. I want 2 wins this week. Leeds and Chelsea. What a way to finish February that would be. But we're going to concentrate on Leeds. But as I just go back to the Norwich game, I mean, 1-0 down. The mentality was there. The changes again did it. The changes again did it for Liverpool. Thiago, wow. What a player. When fit. You know, is there a better passer of the ball? No look passing. No look 50-yard. No look 50-yard balls. I mean, Alisson with the assist for a goalkeeper. He can score goals. He can assist. Similar to the United goal he got at the breakaway second goal for Salah 2 seasons ago. But, I mean, we have that in our locker. And I just think the bench, I know Bobby and Jota are out injured at the moment. Hopefully it's not too bad. Doesn't look too serious. But when fit, we have got a proper squad. I was just looking at the bench the other day. It was wow. And the Inter changed that game as well. 70 minutes. Bringing the likes of Hendo on. And, you know, it just changes the whole game around for you. When you have that quality on the bench, and with the games coming up, we're going to need them. We're going to need every ounce of energy, every ounce of, you need a bit of luck in football, you need a bit of luck in life, and we will probably need a bit of luck as well. But we're certainly going in the right direction, and that's all we can say. We are going in the right direction. Big week for the Reds, Dave. We are winning this fucking league, says John Moore. I can't say you're wrong, John. I mean, we're back in the league. That's the title of this show. The Reds are back in the race, baby. We are back in the race. Tom Conley announced. How you, Tom? Hit the like button, guys. You know what to do. You know what to do. What's your prediction for the Wednesday match? Says Arez Rania from Iraq. Wow. Look, we just got to win the game any which way. Obviously, more goals, the better for goal difference and stuff like that, because I think we're only 2 or 3 off City. So, but the bottom line is a win. I'd take 1-0. I'd take your hand off of 1-0 right now. I mean, it's about no injuries, 1-0, then look forward to a cup game. Obviously, I want to smash them 2-3, 4-0, obviously. But realistically, it's about the points. Points mean prizes. I've been saying it for 3 years, guys. 3.5 years. Points mean prizes. And that's what we got to do. We can beat Leeds. Not only will it bring us to within 3 points of City and really breathing down their necks, but it also gives us the confidence going into the cup game on Sunday. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I watched the match review against Norwich on Liverpool TV, and the moment of Diaz is incredible. What a finish. What a ball from Hendo. What a ball from Hendo as well, though. Split the defence. The touch from Diaz. The control. He kills the ball, knocks it slightly just in front of him, and chips it over the keeper. Torres-esque. Or even Michael Owen was great at that little chip over the keeper. Did not, beautiful South American, Colombian style. What a fit. He will score a lot of goals. He will score a lot of goals. Don't get me wrong. This guy is going to get a lot of goals at Liverpool. And I, for one, and you, are happy because we found another superstar. How we do it is just wow. If the changes against Norwich make such a difference, why not start with them? I'm sure, listen, he wouldn't be human not to have an eye on the Chelsea game on Sunday. It's a bit of a gap between, so we should be okay. So, I think Leeds are a weird side. I mean, as I say before, they're decent going forward, but they're really poor. They're impressive going forward and unimpressive at the back. So you presume it's Mane, Salah, Diaz up front again, but all 3 scored the weekend. So why wouldn't you start them? You'd have to go with that. They will cause Leeds absolutely terrible problems. Mark Forrest in the house. I told you I felt Spurs would give City an upset. Well, do you know what? I had a little inkling about it because remember, that's the double. Spurs have done the double on City this season. And also, they've a great record against them recently. I think that they've the most points off wins against City in the last 3 or 4 years than any other club. So Spurs are like a hoodoo, an absolute hoodoo. Willow is in the house. How are you, Willow? Hopefully you are good. Willow was saying 2-0 on Wednesday. I'd take that, Willow. I'd absolutely take that all day long. Can we take a moment to thank Spurs for the performance against City and forcing FSG to buy Diaz earlier than planned? Yes, Spurs have literally been, absolutely brilliant for us. They basically pushed forward the Diaz deal. And as you just said, they're beating City home and away. Wow. Thank you very much to Harry Kane and the Spuds. Gary Richard in the house. How are you, Gary? Hopefully you are well. He's drinking his tea time. Having a cup of tea. Is that a birthday cake or tea? I presume it's a cup of tea, is it? How are you, my friend? Or is it a birthday cake? I can't really see it. It's back in our own hands now, kind of. We need a big run, a big winning run now. We're on a big winning run at the moment, aren't we? To be fair, I know what you mean in our own hands. If we beat Leeds, it's back to 3 points, same games played. If we beat City at the Etihad, well then, if we win all the other games in between, we're back to level, and then it comes down to goal difference. But I still think, I mean, we're getting to the business end. We're getting to the business end of the season. It's March next week. It's Champions League, it's FA Cup. With the League Cup final weekend, there's games to be played. Every game's a big game, isn't it? I mean, that Burnley 1-0, you know. I mean, Norwich, the comebacks are great. They're not great for the heart, but they're great. You know, they're great mentality we showed the weekend. But I still think there's a lot of 2 or 3 more twists and turns to go. Has to be. The only problem for us is City have easier games than us. I know it doesn't always work out that way. They've got an easy FA Cup tie, as they always get. Sporting Lisbon, weren't they 4-5-0 up in the first leg? You presumed he could nearly rest 2/3 of the team and still go through there. Whereas Liverpool still have a bit of work to do against Inter. 2-0 cushion is nice, but Inter are a decent side. We still got to put a good side out there. We have a League Cup final weekend, which City don't, which they usually do in history, but they don't this year. But sometimes it works against and for. We've tough games, keeps us on our toes, keeps us fit, keeps us focused. Whereas City, 2 or 3 easier games, you still have to play them. They're sauntering. They don't have to get up the top level or top gear. So, you know, I just think just play, hopefully win, and just do your best. That's all you can do. Dave, you doing a watch along for the final? I am absolutely not. I'm going to the pub, baby, with Keith and Ivan. Well, meant to be. They said they're going to go. So, myself, Keith and Ivan are going to a pub, bit of grub, pub, drink, and hopefully a trophy lift, baby. That's what I'm hoping for on Sunday. I'll do a little video with them if they're there. They said they're going to be there, so I'm looking forward to that. Gary Richards saying 7-0 to Liverpool. Now, that would be a statement, wouldn't it? 7th heaven. Spurs are the bogey team. Willow, you're absolutely right. Look. Go back 3-4 years. Look at the fixtures. They knocked them out of Champions League. They've done it in cup games. They've done it in the league. Tea, Dave. I thought it was a cake. It was a tea. Teacups. I just had a cup of tea, actually. Mitchell Balton in the house. How are you, Mitchell? A long time no see, my friend. Hopefully you are well. Origi, Diaz, and Elliott against Leeds. Do you know what? I forgot about Elliott. Exciting teenager, E.T. What a player he is. Yep, he's due a game. The other question is, and I want you in the chat, in the comments, you can tell me. Kelleher is penciled in to start on Sunday against Chelsea. Klopp said it last month. Kelleher's playing in the final. The question is, do you play Kelleher against Leeds? So he's not going into the final against Chelsea, you know, cobwebby, to brushing off cobwebs. Do you play Kelleher against Leeds on Wednesday? Or do you play Alisson and just play Kelleher for the cup final and just throw him in? He's good enough to show up, but, you know, he'd be going in a little bit, you know, not quite ready. So there's a possibility Kelleher could play against Leeds. But you never know. I don't know. I'd keep Alisson there for the league game. I really would. What do you think in the chat? Should Kelleher play against Leeds and then we know he's playing in the cup final? Or just leave Alisson in and play Kelleher in the cup final? Just leave as is. About time. The other useless feckers took points off City. Yeah, well, they've been doing it. That's a double they've done on City. A double. It just shows you City can be beaten. Okay, City had chances. It was a late goal, but Spurs had other chances too. I mean, one of them was ruled offside. I thought it was harsh for Kane's hat-trick, to be fair, but so they can be beaten, and that's mentality. They've been beaten 3 times now, Man City, in the league. We've only been beaten twice. So, you know, it's a psychological thing. Football is mentally as well as physical. So hopefully that puts a little bit of doubt into their mind, especially if we beat Leeds on Wednesday. It just reinforces the doubt, you would think. Leeds are a strong team, but we have exceptional players, says Mark. You are not wrong, Mark. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. Dave, I've seen you do a show with your fellow countryman Anfield Agenda. If you did, I must have missed it. But you would make a great team. That was a long time ago. My God, that was The last show I did for the Anfield agenda was the Champions League final in June the 1st, 2019, in Craig's house with Connor and Brian. Sure, that was, what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So they do their own thing, I do my own thing. But they're doing quite well at the moment, aren't they? Don't City have Man U too? Yes, they have Manchester. It's at the Etihad. But I mean, Man U, Man U have a really good record against them too. So there's a few little niggly games. I mean, Everton played them. Everton played them at Goodison Park. Is it Goodison or Badison? It's Badison at the moment. I'm hoping it's Goodison when Everton played them, but you never know. You just never know. The seeds of doubt are planted there. The seeds of doubt, and that's good for Liverpool. We can just win our games and pray and hope and see what the gods do for us, but we just win our games. They could put me in that game against Sporting and still win, says Mitchell. That's what I mean. I mean, we did it against Porto a few seasons ago where you hammer the leg of it's 4-5-0. It's basically tie over. But it doesn't always work for you as well, as I just said. Sometimes you want to be going into the game mentally right, saying, not taking it for granted sometimes. And Liverpool's games coming up, there is no taking for granted. Even Leeds, people say we'll hammer them. It's a tough game. We need to win the game. Draw's no use. A draw's as good as a defeat. We need to beat them. So all eyes on Wednesday night. Rafinha, I would love it. Liverpool, says Gary. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I think it depends on what happens, Bobby, and what happens, Mane, in the summer. I mean, hopefully Salah's done. That's a done deal. But Bobby and Mane haven't signed their deals yet. So what's going to happen there? Milli Vanilli, due an extra year in his contract. What do you think of that? I mean, Milli deserves all he gets, doesn't he? What was it, 880 or 800 appearances the other night when he came on against Inter? Wow, what a player. He'd probably become a coach at Liverpool anyway. I think he wants to stay. I always thought he'd want to go to Leeds, boyhood club and all that type of thing. Maybe play a season in the Premier League with Leeds, but it's not looking that way. Although it could happen next season. What is Willow saying? May look like easy matches for City on paper, but there's no such thing as a cert in life or in football. That's the good thing, and that's why we watch it. If there was certainties in football, you'd watch it. You just say he's going to win anyway. There's always that little doubt. Leeds, I'm not taking Leeds for granted on Wednesday. I just haven't. Is right, Dave. Enjoy the final. You better believe it, baby. You better believe I'm going to enjoy the final. But I hope we win. I want to win. I want to win. Match program going out for the weekend from today, says Helen. They're really pushing that one, aren't they? Excellent point. Last thing you want to do is go to a cup final cold. Yes, Mitchell. I was just thinking of it because we know that Kelleher is starting. I mean, Klopp had said it after the semi-final win that Kelleher is starting in the final. I thought it's a lovely gesture. It's a beautiful gesture for Kelleher. It's a huge game. It's a cup final to play in the final. But I just thought it was an unusual thing to do so far away from a final, But he is in from the start. And does he go in cold, or does he get a game against Leeds? Or maybe, come on, maybe we're winning 3-4-0 against Leeds, at half-time, and he comes on second half. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? But he will be cold for a final. Sometimes works for you, sometimes works against you. Creek D in the house. Alison, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah, no, it's just a thought I was thinking about the other day because I knew he was starting, and I was saying maybe give Kelleher a game against Leeds, and then he's 2 games in a row, and he's fresh, he's ready to rock. But obviously, Klopp knows the squad, Klopp knows the players, Klopp knows what he's doing. Who am I to question Klopp? Need to go out with full squad, says Mark. Absolutely. If we have a comfy lead against Leeds, exactly what I just said, baby. Bring them on last half hour. We only get 3 subs in the Premier League, so if we're 3-4-0 up, so you will want to rest players. I say Klopp's hoping we're 3 or 4 up with 20, 25 minutes to go. Take 2 or 3 of the stars off for the cup final. The likes of Salah, maybe, Van Dijk, Fabinho if he starts, that type of thing. Allison, hold on, what's he saying here? Eamon is saying Allison is a Premier League number 1 keeper. So I say no. Yeah, well, he is our number 1, of course. But it is a nice gesture for Kelleher. It really is a cup final. Wow. Gary Richards, the title race is on, baby. Absolutely is. Remember that final, Dave, says Willow, yeah, with Anfield agenda, yeah, that was listen, that was a Champions League final, that was a dream. To win a Champions League final, it was just, wow. It's on YouTube, actually, I think. I thought I'd seen it the other day. There's highlights of that, the madness. I mean, me wearing me black warrior top, me lucky top, jumping all over, knocking beer all over the place. Yeah, Dave, you had a few sherbets. I had a few, he's right. You better believe it, baby. And Allison save could be the difference between 3 points and not. Kelleher's definitely capable. Let's face it, Lukaku had 7 touches Saturday. 7. Oh, yeah, I know. Don't knock on wood with him, because I just look. My eyes are on Leeds. My eyes are on Anfield Wednesday night. Liverpool Leeds 3 points behind City. We just gotta win that. We win that. Any type of win. Obviously, the bigger the win, the better for goal difference and stuff like that, and confidence going into the League Cup. But it's all about next game. It's Leeds. The next game is Leeds. And it's going to be interesting. It's an interesting week. 40-year-old Virgil. I love that. That's a great name, that is. I'd play Allison in the final. No, but I think Klopp's already said he's going to play Kelleher. That's the point I'm making. He said it last year. He said it after the semi-final, that Kelleher is playing in the final, if he's fit, which he is fit. So it's not even being sentimental. That's just, I know sentiment shouldn't really come into professional football, but Klopp, that's it. That is it. If you make a change at half time, you still get 3 subs later in the match. What? If you make a change at half time, you still get 3 subs later? I don't think so. I think it's only 3 substitutes in the Premier League and the cup games, domestic cups, and it's 5 in the Premier League. It probably should be 5 everywhere, but it's still only 3 in the Premier League and cups, domestic cups. As far as I know, it's extra time and penalty, so it will be 1 on Sunday. It will be 1. I wouldn't be able to watch penalties. I'd be hiding behind the bar still. But goalkeepers are not needing rest as much as outfield players. No, it's not. It's not rests. It's the fact that Kelleher starts against Chelsea coming in cold. Literally hasn't been in goal since the semi, a few weeks ago. And whereas Allison's been there, done it fresh, ready to rock. That's all I'm saying. But I'm sure Kelleher will be okay, because he's a really, really good goalkeeper. So I'm not worried in that effect. Just the fact. But I think do Chelsea do something similar with Koepka? They play him. They don't play Mendy. Something like that. They play Koepka in the cup final or the cup games, and they play Mendy in the league. Something like that. We need to win the Premier, so I would go with full squad, like Mark said. Yeah, the Premier is the big one. I mean, Leeds is huge. Leeds game is huge. Yeah, absolutely. Your next game is your big game. Isn't that right? The next game is the biggest game. Take it a game at a time, says Mark. Exactly. Klopp's sentiment. Game at a time. Bonus trophies are the best ones. Yep, this little Brucey bonus next Sunday, Willow. A little Brucey. I can feel the massive coach greeting slowly building. The coach greetings, yeah. Listen, we didn't get to the 30-year wait in 2020 to win the league. There was no parade. And that I booked, got a flight from Dublin to Liverpool. I know it's only a short hop across, but I booked up. It's 2 nights, everything ready to rock. Going to enjoy myself, and sure, COVID hit, and the rest was history. So if we could get a parade this year, with number 20, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Wow, that would be nice. But it's all to play for. We're in a really, really, really great place. We are in an unbelievable place at the moment. I mean, to be in still 4 competitions with a great chance in all of them. In all of them. The league, as I say, chance. Champions League, looking on fire. 7 wins out of 7. League Cup final. FA Cup. Norwich and Anfield next round. And you're into the 6th round after that. I mean, it's dreamland. The squad we have right now. Touch wood, everyone could stay fit. Bobby and Jota are out for the Leeds game, I would say. Question marks on whether to be in the squad for the cup final on Sunday. But there's an outside chance, I heard Klopp saying today, but they won't be rushed either. I mean, Diaz is the bonus for me. Diaz is an absolute bonus for me. Willow, I think we could win it this year. Everyone needs to book a week off because the beers ain't stopping. It'd be a month off if they win it this year, baby. A month off. And I'm definitely coming to Liverpool. We win it again this year. I'm hoping to get off to Liverpool anyway before April with Keith and maybe one or two others to get out for a match. But the atmosphere is just electric. Even if you're not going to the match, the atmosphere outside Anfield, in around the ground, in the pubs, in the bars, in Taggy's bar, or used to be Hotel Tia, of course. It's just dreamland. It's just a great place to be. I know so many people outside the ground, I'm sure. So it would just be home for me. But as I say, I'll give you my team to play Leeds on Wednesday night. Obviously, the question mark is, does Kelleher start so he doesn't go in cold? I think he probably will play Alisson, to be fair. I think he play Alisson. I have to go strong defensively because I think Leeds, the best part of them is going forward because they're so poor in defence. So I think you've got to play a proper back four. I think Trent Robbo start. They were rested the weekend. I think they play Van Dijk and Matip. I think he goes. The midfield is the big question. Does Thiago start? I think he has to start. I think we need that control and composure in midfield. Fabinho has to start for me. First name on the... And maybe Elliott. So Fabinho, Thiago, Elliott. Leave Hendo on the bench for another impact. Last 2025. And it has to be Diaz, Mane and Salah up front. It really does. I think that's what it's got to be. Got to go strong. Got to win the game. Simple as that. We'll be seeing you here then, Dave. You will indeed. I'll let you know if I'm coming over and when I'm going over. We can all meet for a beer. Our Champions League group, stage money, bought Diaz. That's the model, says Amy Kelly. I was listening to a great podcast today with another mate of mine, Daz, the Liverpool Podcast Connection. Check it out on YouTube. Another top class. He was interviewing ex-CEO Peter Moore. Hope to get Peter Moore on sometime. Really interesting guy, as you all know. CEO at Liverpool from 2017 to 2020. Born in Liverpool, true Scouser, went to live in the States, made his money. CEO of president of all top country, EA Sports and everything, all these places. Reebok, all these things. Then, obviously, CEO of Liverpool, that was his dream job. The business side of the football for Liverpool is huge. It's absolutely huge. We know all about it. The Nike deal. Here, look. The Nike deal, huge. The regeneration in the ground. The new Annie Road stand going up to be completed pretty soon. Bringing it up to what, 61,000? The regeneration around the ground. The megastar beside it. The global brand name of Liverpool now with the Nike stores. You can walk into any Nike store all over the world, especially in the States, and you'll see a Liverpool jersey, probably with LeBron James there with a basketball. I mean, it's huge. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people don't like that, but that's the way it's gone. And I think Liverpool are at the forefront. We were way behind the likes of United and things like that. And when Billy Hogan came in and commercial manager at the time, and we have just come on since FSG, since Klopp in October 2015 came in. His team has just gone one way. That is up, baby. Don't worry, we'll have a couple for you, mate. Oh, absolutely. Got to get a couple of beers in when you're in Liverpool. Absolutely. That will be the dream. But as I said, I'm hoping to be out on Sunday with Keith and Ivan in a local Dublin pub here for a few beers and a big screen and something to eat. I'm hoping it's going to be a victory point, a few victory points on Sunday afternoon when we beat Chelsea. That's the dream. No matter what way we do it, we just got to do it. I think it's important for the rest of the season as well. It's a nice little confidence builder. Takes a lot of pressure off. Plus, it's beating Chelsea, which is nice. We've had two draws with them. They've been close. We were 2-0 up at Stamford Bridge. We let that slip. We were beating them at Anfield. We let that slip. So I think we owed them one. But it will be tight. They have a good squad, you know. They have a really good squad and a lot of money. So, but I mean, back to Liverpool. I mean, you know, you've got to be happy in the position we're in. There was a lot of doom and gloom. Even around Christmas, there was doom and gloom. There was a lot of it's amazing what one player does. Diaz comes in for close to 40 million, and it just ignites the whole bleeding place. Ignites the whole, you know, unbelievable. And I am absolutely in dreamland. How on earth do people get drunk in Dublin? It's €10 a pint. It's not. It's actually not €10 a pint. It's about. I was out the weekend in a normal say pub. It's about $6.50 a pint. In a nightclub or a swanky type restaurant, it's €7 maybe euro a pint. But it still is expensive. Dublin is expensive. There's no doubt about it. It is expensive. But a great crack. Similar to Liverpool. Very similar to Liverpool. But it is expensive. For you, Dave, an Irish post-war Reds team. Kelleher, Staunton, Lawrenson, McAteer, Beglin, Finnan, Whelan, Highway, Houghton, Keane and Aldridge. Where would this side finish in the league? Wow. Well, you mean that's the Irish international team, of course. When you have the likes of Lawrenson, who was born in the UK, McAteer, born in Liverpool, Beglin was Irish, Finnan was born in London, I think, to Irish parents. Ronnie Whelan down the road from me. Steve Highway, another Liverpool legend, but born, in England. Houghton, Scottish. Is that Robbie Keane? I presume it's Robbie Keane, not too far away from me. And John Aldridge, a Scouser. But that's the thing about Ireland, the diaspora, as they call it, the Irish abroad. There's a lot more Irish abroad than there is living in Ireland. Something like 40 million. There's only 5 million live in Ireland. Just need to go strong and keep it up, says Mark Forrest. Just got to win games. Just got to win games. I was fuming when they lauded Chelsea the other night, saying they've won this in the other last 8 years. How about us 4 trophy in 16 months? I know, listen. I don't even listen to the Bulls or the background noise of the likes of City. United even, who are they? And Chelsea. For me, it's Liverpool. Just concentrate on Liverpool. Concentrate on Leeds United on Anfield on Wednesday. When that's over, concentrate Chelsea Cup final. That's what we got to do. I'm sure that's what Klopp's doing. Got to have deep pockets, says Mitchell. You got to have very deep pockets to live over here. Very, very deep. Aldridge, born here and lived just down the road from me. Got family just down there. Yeah, John Aldridge, he's a great striker now, wasn't he? Proper. Aldo. What a player. Absolute legend. But we've had legends. We have had legends at this club. More than most. King Kenny being probably top of the tree, you would say. Stevie G. You go forward about, you've Kevin Keegan, you've Big Ron Yates, just Ian Callahan, most player to play the most for it. I met him personally in Anfield, actually. I met him, was talking to him for about 10 minutes. Lovely, lovely man, Ian Callahan. Phil Neal I've met as well. Another absolute legend. Great, absolutely great. The history is just different class. We've had strikers, Rush, as you said, Aldridge, Kenny. We've had Owen, Robbie Fowler, Ian Rush. You go forward or back, Ian St. John. It's just different level. The legends continue, as they would say. But what a team. What a city, what a club. And it just absolutely love every minute of it. And it is wall to wall. Anytime I go onto Twitter, it's just, so it's remember Aldridge's granddad taking him to play football and his nana worked with my nan. Oh, Willow, wow. Absolutely brilliant. But as I say, guys, Leeds on Wednesday is the big one. Mulligan's on Poolbeg Street, best pub in Dublin for me, says Eamon Kelly. Mulligan's on Poolbeg. Never been in it. When I go into town in Dublin, I don't live too far from town. I'm about 2-3 miles away from the city centre, but I would go to the likes of Brussels off Grafton Street and Donoghue's and Keogh's, those type pubs in Dublin. And my local just down the road here in Glasnevin, Tolka House beside Botanic Gardens, which is a lovely pub. Has a big screen, does lovely food, a few beers, nice and easy. That's what you want. LJ has a really good question for you here, guys. How many people chose peach as their favourite ice cream flavour? What? But yeah, it's just dreamland for me at the moment. And this club is just, I just believe this season is going to, it's been big already, but this could get crazy. This could go crazy. We're back in the title race. We have a cup final weekend. We've 2 other cups to look forward to. We are quadruple time, baby. Possibility, of course, but wouldn't be easy, would it? No, it's never been done. Quadruple, but shows how hard. Even to win cups, it's hard. You have a bad day, you're knocked out. Simple as. Bad day, you are knocked out. Champions League, we've won it 6 times in our European Cup, whatever you want to call it. So there is so much to look forward to. Can't wait for Wednesday, to be honest, Dave. Here we go. Willow, had to remind the other half earlier and said, I'm not cooking, says Willow. Willow is not cooking on Wednesday night because Liverpool are playing Leeds. Get a takeaway, baby. Get a little chipper, a fish and chips or whatever, or maybe a Chinese or an Indian or a Thai, whatever you want. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Wednesday. The voice is nearly gone already. But as I say, hoping to go out for a few beers for the big one Sunday, baby. The big one Sunday. And just got to beat Leeds Wednesday night. Any which way. Get the points on the board. No injuries going into a cup final. All eyes from Thursday on Wembley. And I think that's the way Klopp's got to do. He's just got to be today training. What's the best team to play this counter-attacking style that Leeds play? I mean, we've been a little bit iffy. Has to be said. We know about that. We've been a little bit iffy defensively. We play a very high line. Most of the time we get away with it, but the odd time we get caught. I mean, Norwich had a few chances, to be fair. I don't like our goalkeeper playing well because of the fact your keeper, if you have a good defence, you're hoping, doesn't have to play well or get man of the match like he did against Burnley. But, you know, although half of them were offside, we all know that, don't we? But the thing about it is, for me, I think we've got to play as a unit on Wednesday night. An early goal would help us. If we can get an early goal, they could literally collapse because, as I say, defensively they're poor. It could be 3 or 4. I'm going to go an easy 2-0. Mo Salah, the king of Egypt, to continue his crazy form and more or less wrap the golden boot up in a few weeks. And I'm going to go Mane. I think Mane's back. That goal was a beautiful finish against Norwich the weekend. So I'll go 2-0 Liverpool. But as I say, any win will do. I will watch highlights of the game at some point, says Helen. Is Leeds or the cup final the bigger game? The next game is the biggest game. That's my simple answer to that one. I mean, if we beat Leeds on Wednesday night, we're back in the title race. We're 3 points behind City. We are 3 points. Everybody writing us off. We're back in it. Plus, gives us confidence for the cup game. If we got beaten or draw against Leeds on Wednesday night, you know, take a bit of shine off us, and we wouldn't go bouncing into the League Cup game. I'm sure Klopp would have us ready to rock. But I think the next game is the biggest game, which is Leeds, because it's the game we got to win. Dave's salivating at the image of Sunday. Final points, celebrating long into the night, baby. I've got to go easy on Sunday. It's a 4:30 kickoff. So I'll be probably in the pub from about 12. No, about 2. Something to eat. Get the belly full. Don't want to be drinking on an empty stomach. But I am looking forward to it. That will be some crack if we can win that. I'll do a video after it. Probably be pissed. But you're not wrong, Mitchell. You are not wrong, my friend. We know how Leeds like to play. Got to block the counters. They play like down their left, I've noticed. Yeah. I'm sure Klopp will have them turned inside out on how they play and what to expect. But as I say, it won't be an easy game. But I think if we get an early goal, it'll certainly make it easier for us. One game at a time. Great situation to be in. Winning the cup this weekend will be such a mental lift and make the legs lighter, says Crick D. Exactly, Crick. That's what I'm saying. But I think we got to beat Leeds first. Got to beat Leeds. Relax. Win. Thursday, all minds and eyes on Wembley for Chelsea. And I think that's the way to do it. That's the way Klopp has been doing it. And that's why we've been so successful. Never look too far ahead. In life or in football or in anything. Because there's always something around the corner. There's always something around the corner. You ever remember the Green Cross code back in the 80s? Remember, 1, look for a safe place. 2, don't hurry, stop and wait. 3, look all around and listen. 4, you cross the road, remember. Let all the traffic pass you. Then walk straight across you. Keep watching. That's the safe Klopp code. In other words, next game, baby. Let's go. Win it. And go again. Little steps. Keep watching. That's the safe Klopp code. And that's what we got to do. Just got to keep winning games. And That's all. That's what we're good at the moment. I mean, we're on a little bit of a nice little red hot run. We're on a lovely little red hot run. And hit the like, guys, before we go. Stay on for about another 5 minutes. We'll give it the 45, I suppose. Hit the like, hit the share, get your friends involved, if they're Liverpool fans, of course, or even if they just like football. Leeds play man-to-man. Our system should overcome them. We should overpower them. Simply, we're a better team. At Anfield, I'm sure that the atmosphere will be good as well. We got to get the crowd behind the team. Under lights on a Wednesday, always special at Anfield. Got to answer the door, says Willow. Klopp is knocking on our door. You better let him in to watch the show. Norwich again in the cup, of course, after Chelsea. But that's what I'm saying. Look, you're going too far ahead, Mark. It's Leeds Wednesday night. Get the job done. Then all eyes on Chelsea. I haven't even thought of Norwich in the FA Cup. I haven't even thought about it. What way will we be there? Will we be 3 points behind City in the league and up their arses and have a little cup in the trophy cabinet by the time we play Norwich? Who knows? Who knows? And I, for one, am brimming with confidence, not overconfident. You can't be overconfident. You just got to have that confidence. Confidence through the club, the system we played, the players we have, the manager, the staff we have, Anfield we have, the fans, the fan base. Just overall confidence. It's just building. And I really do think things are looking good, as Mark Forrest just said. Things are really looking good, and I am absolutely confident, and I'm sure you guys are too. We got to do the job though Wednesday night, as I said earlier. Just got to beat Leeds step by step, get the win. Hopefully, no more injuries. Hope Jota and the likes of Bobby are back in some capacity for the cup final. If not, but they're back for the rest. The big last third of the season and the cup games to come, because we will need them, as you've seen. The bench, the changes on the bench we haven't had that for a while, where you're able to literally change games. We did it against Norwich and it worked. It changed. We weren't playing well. We did it against Inter on 70 minutes when it was 0-0 in the balance. Could have gone either way, to be fair. Inter aren't the bad side. Players came out, changed it. Bang, bang. Same again, Norwich. Bang, bang. Change. That's the way we got to do it. And it's absolutely beautiful. And it's at the moment, it's just, we are only going one direction, as I said earlier on, and that is up. And the stock is just rising, guys. The players, the confidence, you can see the confidence even in Klopp when he's doing his chats and he's talking, doing his little press conferences. He's serious. He knows this is the business end. This is where it counts. All the hard work, the foundation has been built. Liverpool have built the foundation. We've added little bits to the foundation, little bits of steel to the foundation. And the likes of Diaz coming in just gave us that little boost, I think. It really did. We thought we were going to be in trouble in January, of course, because the likes of Mane, Salah, Naby lad at the AFCON. I mean, Naby and Salah the whole way. Naby or Salah or Sadio Mane won it, of course, with Senegal for the first time. But we got the wins even without them. And I think that was another confidence builder to say, we can win games without Salah, without Mane, without Naby, although Naby's hardly ever there, but you know what I mean. So, Elliott as well to coming back from that injury. It's like a new player. It's absolutely beautiful. Going to be a good week for LFC. Let's bring it home, says Marco. Absolutely. Crick D, Milner, Thiago, Elliott against Leeds. Possibly their midfield is non-existent. Just a big hole. Fab, Hendo, Elliott against Chelsea. Question mark. Yeah. I think Thiago is very good. Thiago, Elliott, Fab, I think I said, to start in the midfield. As I say, Alisson, Kelleher. Will Kelleher start? Not to go in cold. I think he'd probably start with Alisson, to be fair. Knowing that he'd be rested against Chelsea. I think Van Dijk has to start. Does he play Kanate beside Matip? I think he plays Matip, and he probably plays Kanate against Chelsea. He probably plays Kanate, Van Dijk against Chelsea. I think Robbo Treadwell back, and it has to be Salah, Mane, and Diaz up front. I don't think we've any choice. We were 12 points behind City at one point because they played first. Now it'll be back to 3 points. Pep will be worried for sure, and he'll be losing more hair on his eyebrows this time because it's all gone from the top of his head. But yeah, look, as I say, just beat Leeds Wednesday night, back in the groove, and then look forward to a cup final. And I mean, what a way to finish February. What a way, guys. Enjoy it. These cycles of football don't come around forever. They just don't last forever. We know about it. We've seen it in the 70s with Liverpool. We've seen it in the 80s. The 90s, we won a few things, but there was a drop-off. Come on, there was a drop-off. In the 90s, we won 05. We won the Champions League. We were in the final in 2007. And we won the FA Cup in 06. But there wasn't, we were close twice, I'd say, for the league. Benitez was close. Roy Evans was close once or twice. But, these cycles of Champions League, Premier League, Super Cups, Club World Cup, finals, semi-finals, it just be great to be there. I want to win them because that's what you remember. Nobody remembers losing finalists. They just don't. I'm sorry. They only remember winners. That's what they remember. I couldn't tell you Liverpool were playing back in the 80s in the cup final. Maybe Everton in 86, but you know what I mean? That's because it was a derby. But no one remembers the losers. They just don't. Lukaku against Kanate, VVD, I would be confident he might brush aside Matip, though. I just think, I'm going to do a show probably Thursday or Friday anyway for the cup final, so don't worry about that. There will be a show or two for the cup final, but we shall talk about that then. But it's all Leeds. It's Liverpool Leeds now. Yeah, of course, just need to keep the pressure up, says Mark. Just keep the pressure on. Yep, put them under pressure, as Jack Charlton used to say back in the 90s for Ireland, of course. And I just think that's what we got to do. We got to play our own game. We bring our A game on Wednesday and on Sunday. I think we win both games. It's as simple as that. We bring our A game. I don't think there's many teams in the world that can match us or live with us, even Chelsea. They've been hot and cold. You could say they were a little lucky to beat Crystal Palace the weekend, a late goal. Ziyech, I think, 89th minute. So they've drawn a few games. I'm not saying they'll be an easy cup final. Of course it won't. But I'd be confident as well. But it's Leeds first. Just let's get over the Leeds hurdle. And then we go again. It's great to be challenging again. I went through the drought in the 90s, says Eamon. So did I, Eamon. Following Liverpool, as you know, since the early 80s. I've seen it all, baby. I've seen it all, good and bad. But that's what Liverpool fans do. Through tough, through thick and thin. That's a real fan. You follow them when they have bad results. You follow them when they're pretty poor. Even when they're relegated, although we haven't been relegated. We were in Division 2 back in the 60s, but you know what I mean. We have had a good run and we are in a golden era right now with Klopp. And I'm hoping he extends. He's over 2 years left now, 2024. So if imagine we could get Salah tied down to 2026 and Klopp. That would be nice. I have a feeling. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just, in my mind, it's Klopp's looking at the team now. The likes of Carvalho, hopefully to come in the summer. You've got young Elliott there. I mean, he's only a kid still. Curtis Jones, young Martin Tyler there as well. I mean, we've so many good young Michalowski, the young Polish centre forward. Kada Gordon. We've so many young fullbacks there. I think next 2-3 years are going to be hugely exciting. Young Diaz is young. Jota's young. I mean, he's probably saying to himself, Kanate, 22? What? There's another cycle here. With 1 or 2 players in the summer, maybe a midfielder, maybe a cover for Trent. Trent's young as well. So is Klopp going to say, well, I've only got 2 years left after this. Maybe I'll give it another 2. And there's another league, Champions League in here. That's what I'm hoping. And Salah gets tied down, of course. That would be nice. Now laughing at other teams going through what we did. Well, yeah. I mean, as I said, football's cyclical. Like life, nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. Everything goes through cycles. AC Milan had a great side. They're not so great now. Great Inter Milan side. Great Real Madrid for a long. Barcelona, come on, ticky-tack football. I mean, you'd even got a great good Marseille team. I remember them winning early 90s. They won the Champions League. I think it was one of the first Champions Leagues. Then you had you had a really good Everton side. I know it's hard to believe they haven't won anything since 1995. What? 1995. I have to say it again. I have to say it 3 times. 1995. So good. Said it 3 times. United, of course, in the 90s and the 90s. What a fight they had under Ferguson. You had a great side, great Arsenal side under Wenger, Chelsea. I mean, you know, under Mourinho, cycles, you know, and that at the moment, this club team is, people might say, well, maybe we should have won more. Maybe we would have won more if City, the oligarchs of football, wouldn't have been there with all their money and all, you know, who they can have £100 million players on the bench or not even on the bench. We would have definitely won another league or two. That league we lost by a point. You know, that 90, what was it, 97, 98 points, record points at the time for us, and still lost the league. Like, you know, we would have won the league 99 times out of 100. But that's the way it is. We just got to beat what's in front of us, guys. I'm going to have a beer. Huge game Wednesday night. As I say, Liverpool Leeds, just got to win it. I'm going to go 2-0. Mane, Salah. Win it. Just win it. No drama. Get within 3 points of City. Bounce into the cup final on Sunday. I'm going to enjoy a few beers, but there is shows, the build-up. There will be a post-reaction, bit of reaction to the Leeds game, of course, but there will be shows for the build-up to the cup game Thursday, possibly even Friday as well. Like and subscribe. Hit the buttons, guys. You know what to do. Any Liverpool fans or friends out there, get them in. Get them to join this Anfield Express. Get their ticket. Get on the train, because this train is going places, baby. Thank you very much. Cheers for popping in. This